today. My computer has been processing something for work, so haven't really been able to edit very much. What's on my hat? I don't know. Anyway, so here I am. I am cooking dinner right now. It's about 5 o'clock. I think I might be a little late, but that's okay. So I'm going to be here for about 15 minutes, just kind of hanging out and cooking. If people pop in, I'll probably talk to them, but I'm also feeling a little low energy today, so if people do pop in, I will talk, but otherwise I'm gonna chill and just cook. I guess you guys probably are interested in what I'm cooking. Sorry for the low production value. I think I have better light in here. I can try that. That's not gonna work. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it back on me because that's not working. All right, there we go. I'll add more of that later. How's it going, guys? Gotta put the pasta in. Hold on. So I'm in Peru and we don't really have like a lot of, hey guys. Hey, what's up, Tyler? So I'm in Peru and we don't really have a lot of like, you can get the pasta that you get in the US, but it's like a lot more expensive. So it's almost not even worth it. And I don't know. It doesn't taste the same either. It's almost like they make it here, but still charge like they're shipping it over here. I'm not really sure. So I've kind of moved on to like a local brand of pasta that I find actually to be better than a lot of the pasta in the US. It's got a lot of quinoa, so it's got like protein in it. It's got a good flavor, and it stays pretty like, even when it's fully cooked, it stays kind of al dente. Like it has that kind of like snappiness, I guess. So I really, really enjoy that. Take out 2 of these for the dog, because the dog for some reason loves these too. I just snap them in half and give them to him. So I'll do that on camera in a minute. I'm gonna toss these in the water. Grab that in a second. Grab this out. All right, cool. So, yeah, like I was saying before, I feel like kind of a low energy day for me today. So, and also my computer's eaten up by some work projects that I'm working on. So, just kind of here cooking dinner on live because I want to maintain my posting schedule, but I could not this week. I am, things are good. We're in transition from winter to summer. Yes. So we're starting to get a little bit more rain. This is like rainy season. Actually, there's a lot of crazy things happening in Peru right now, as far as like the socio-economic and political kind of things going on. Yeah, as far as like the socio-economic and political things, like right now, a lot of the locals here in Peru are revolting against the government, and basically what that means for you guys, and they've got their own issues that they're trying to solve, so I hope they do get those fixed up. But what that means for you guys, specifically people who are wanting to travel here to Peru, is that a lot of the tourist destinations are being shut down. So like, for example, a lot of people that come here want to go see Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu is beautiful. Honestly, I have a video about this, but I think it's kind of a waste of time and finances. But if you like have to go see the wonders of the world, do it, you know. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. So what they have been doing is, and they did this when I came here 4 years ago, is they've been putting rocks on the tracks. And the only way to get to Machu Picchu without walking for 4 days is through a train or a really long car ride that's just not really realistic for most travelers. It all of a sudden turns your 1 day like back and forth trip to Machu Picchu to like a, I don't know, like a 2, sometimes 3 day thing, depending on how much you want to be on the road. And then on top of that, there's people that are actually stuck inside of Aguas Calientes, which is it's like base camp of Machu Picchu, I guess. So like you got Aguas Calientes, the mountain, and then Machu Picchu, like on top. So the people that had gone and seen it before the protest started kind of came down, and then all the trains got shut down to the point where actually the locals are kind of like throwing rocks into the train windows and stuff. Thank you, Soy Gatita. Yeah, how's it going, Eric? Thanks for joining. Yeah, so they did it 4 years ago or so, and nothing changed for them. So I'm not surprised that the tensions are really rising on a lot of that stuff.
Gotta check the brownies.
Oh, brownies?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no problem.
They should be done completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can put it on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's done for sure.
Brownies.
On this. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good. Cool. Yeah, we don't want those burning.
No. Nope.
Burnt brownies are like freaking rocks. Okay. Yeah. So 4 years ago, they did a similar thing, like I was saying, and basically nothing changed. So I'm not surprised the tensions are rising, but at the same time, it is a little bit dangerous for tourists. So you've got this weird kind of thing going on where the tourists are really upset. Let me catch up on this. I'm good, thank you, Eric. You get U.S. news over there? I'm not super plugged into that kind of thing. I probably should be more plugged in, but I'm not. But I've heard it's crazy. I'd be happy to have you fill me in. I heard about the, I think his name was Charlie Kirk got shot. I don't care to comment on that in either direction. I know that's really hot and political, and I try not to discuss U.S. politics here too much. But yeah, I did hear about that. What's my name? I'm Dylan, Mambo Kambo. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so luckily no one's gotten hurt here in Peru, and I don't think the locals have any intention of hurting anyone. I think they just want a more equitable, like, food situation and health situation. For example, the minimum wage here, I want to say it's a fourth of the minimum wage in the U.S. So you have a lot of locals that can't really afford really much of anything. Healthcare is out the window. Like, a lot of them don't even get healthcare. It's to the point where there's a lot of pharmacies that people just open up on their own, and I don't know about the whole, I don't know about the whole like process of getting a pharmaceutical license here, or what you need to actually purchase the pharmaceuticals, but like things that are over the counter, that are not over the counter in the U.S. are over the counter here. For example, a pretty easy one is amoxicillin. You need a prescription to get amoxicillin in the U.S. The last time I checked, here they just hand it out. Your throat hurts, amoxicillin, which is a problem in and of itself. But yeah, so anyway, a lot of people won't even go to doctors here. They will go to the pharmacist and just tell them their symptoms, and the pharmacist will do their best to guess what it is. And they might have to do that 3 or 4 times before they get any direction, and that's if it's not something serious that can't be fixed. ¿Qué cocinas? Es carne con pasta, y tengo leche de coco también para crear una Alfredo, más o menos. Yeah. I know people want to travel more, so maybe that's why the tourist spots get shut down. 100%. So the only impact that the people down here in my area have on the local government is blocking their ability to make money from the tourists coming through, because the locals don't get any of that. All of that money, like when you go to Machu Picchu, all of that money pays the hourly wages of the workers and then goes straight to the government. And it doesn't come back to like build roads and go into schools and stuff. It just goes to the government. So you have these people who essentially won the lottery as far as where they live is for like tourism, and they're not even able to monetize it at all. The only way they're able to monetize it is if they become tour guides themselves, learn English, and then basically market well enough so they can get in front of the U.S. people. And unfortunately, people from Lima are doing it better. So you've got a bunch of people who live here, know more about Machu Picchu than anyone else, and can't actually turn a profit from it or increase their quality of life in any way, because the government is scraping all of the money from this area into their own pockets. And it's kind of like where it gets political is the Peruvian government feels like they need it in order to continue to keep the country running at a sustainable level. The local people feel like the government doesn't do anything with the money, and it's just causing them to suffer and not providing anything in return. So you've got this weird kind of like, similar to what's going on in the U.S. You've got people who are making a lot of money and money being paid to the government. It's like, where is it going? But at the same time, the government is saying that they need it in order to keep moving. Like, who's right and who's wrong? It's probably somewhere in the middle, but who knows? Someone knows, but you know what I mean. We people that aren't in politics and aren't filled in on that stuff don't really know the ins and outs of what's going on. I think the pasta's done too. That's freaking hot. Yep, that's done too. Cool. I'm gonna keep talking, but I'm gonna strain this. You might see me. I don't know. Ugh. So yeah, that's basically where they're at with that. I think the reason why they did it last time is because of inflation. So I think things are getting a little less inflated now, but not anywhere near enough to have an impact. But I'm actually not sure, and I can't speak on that too much factually. Actually, given my own experience, I don't think things are getting less inflated, honestly. Prices are going up, portions are getting smaller. It's getting closer and closer to U.S. prices by the day, and it's not close, but it's just getting closer in that direction. But also, the U.S. dollar seems to not be doing so hot either. So there's multiple things going on here. And I wonder myself how much, and I'm sure someone knows this, but how much of an impact the U.S. economy has on the Peruvian economy, and is that causing part of it? Who knows? There's always lots to kind of think about. Anyway. Yeah. So, that's that, I guess. So that's really all I wanted to discuss today. We are hitting the 15-minute mark, and I do have more things I have to get back to. I want to do, I think, an hour-long live here soon. I'm not going to time box that because I can't make any promises on when, but yeah. I know people want to try. Yeah, I answered that one. Is Peru a third world country? You know, I'm pretty sure, and I learned this in a history class when I was in like high school. So this not only could be wrong, but also could have been updated. But from what I understand, the U.S. and any other country that was directly involved on the U.S.'s side of World War II or one was considered a first world country. Russia and any of their helpers that were second world countries and everything else is third world countries. I don't know. That could be completely wrong, and that was a long time ago that someone told me something like that. But I think it had something to do with the conflict between Russia and the U.S. Like the U.S., Europe, France, Spain, all those are first world. I'm sorry, the U.S., Britain, like European countries are first world. Russia's second world country, and then third world countries is everything else. But like I said, don't know. But Peru, I do believe is considered to be, it's a developing country is what people call it now, I think. I don't, there's a political term, like a proper political term for a country that's not completely developed. And I think it's developing country, but I don't know. There might be a better word for it. I know I got yelled at before about using the wrong word to refer to Peru as by someone in Spanish. It was in person here, and I forget what they told me that I should say. But I'm just gonna say it's a developing country and leave it at that, and hope that that's the right one. But I think technically that would make it in U.S. description a third world country. I hope that answers your question. Yeah, but I know certain people get very upset by referring to Peru as a developing country or a third world country or something. Yeah, I'm not sure. So, but yes, sorry. Long answer, yes, it is considered a third world country. So, I actually don't know the political alignment here. Like, I assume it's not a super heavily leaning socialist country. Specifically, first of all, because there's not a lot of kickback to the local people, and maybe that's one of the downfalls of a poorly ran socialist government. I'm not sure, but also, where was I going with that? Social. Also, I'm not sure that the U.S. would have too much to do with them if they were heavily socialist. But again, I'm getting outside of my scope as far as world politics. I don't know much about it. And honestly, it's never been like a big interest of mine. I do like talking history and like past global conflicts and stuff like that. I did I wrote a whole college paper on it, multiple college papers and dissertations on it. But as far as like current events and stuff, it's something that's outside of my purview, unfortunately. Yeah. I did tell you guys, I was going to wrap up here, but I did tell you guys I was going to show the dog eating some pasta because he loves it. And I'm not sure how attached you guys were to that, but let me go ahead and do that. Kurt Cobain!
Okay, he's coming upstairs.
Kurt Cobain! ¿Qué es esto? 1 second, he's coming. Oh, there he is. He got here quick. Quick boy. Quick boy. What I got? Do I have pasta? Pasta? Yeah, there he goes. He loves his pasta. Siéntate. It's probably because we are both technically Italian Americans, actually. Both of us here. Like, not first generation by any means, but our family tree heavily leans in that direction. So, and a lot of the culture that me and my partner share is that way. So maybe we just eat pasta so often that he's big on pasta. I'm not sure. So yeah, this is Orko, the mountains, and I guess this is where I'm gonna leave you guys so I can finish some making some dinner. I'll answer this last question. You got friends or family there? I do have. I actually recently made a lot of friends here, which is one of the reasons why I've been struggling to keep up with this channel sometimes. I love making the videos, but I actually haven't had like a group of friends in a while, and I've finally kind of started settling into a group of friends here. I would love to have a bigger group of friends for sure, but I have a group of people that I play volleyball with. I have a group of people that I play board games with. People I see around town that I strike up conversation with. I haven't had that in a while, so that's honestly, these are some of the most social years of my life, which is really interesting. It's good, but it's interesting. So yeah, I do have friends, and my family do not live here, but are visiting me very soon. I believe, yeah, I would have to look at the calendar, but yeah, they're visiting very soon. So yeah, I'm excited for that too. Because actually, I haven't seen my mother in a while. So I'm excited to, and she's never been out of the country, and neither has my grandfather, who's coming with her. So they're gonna come and get to see Peru, and that's super exciting as well. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. Yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead and finish up dinner. It's good to see all of you. Good to see you, Paul. I feel like we haven't talked in a while. I've been kind of MIA a little bit. Sorry about that. But yeah, thank you so much for popping in. It's good to see you, and I will talk to you guys soon. See you guys.